Live from New York, this is WIUR Radio.
Hello, we are back again. I'm Samantha Rivera with WIUR, and we're gonna talk about Suzuka today, or as much as I can pick up from the results from the app, and yeah, because I didn't have time to watch anything. But first things first, top five. Um, the top five for this race is Antonelli, Piastri, Leclerc, Russell, and Norris. Basically, like Ferrari and Mercedes still being in the front and being in the lead, and then McLaren picking back up, which is very different from last time when they were more behind. Um, and um, so from there, um, I'm just gonna compare for the qualifying practice. So in qualifying, we had Antonelli, Russell, and then Piastri, and then Leclerc and Norris. So very similar for what qualifying was. Um, Ended up being the results of the race, except that Piastri moved up a little bit. But other than that, it's been the same. It's the same placements either way. And Red Bull's not doing good. Red Bull is still being the mess that it is right now. And I don't this engine isn't really doing anything good for them. Aston Martin's still behind. It's actually like F1 is actually kind of it's like the most messy this year that it's ever been. And I don't know. It's something. um yeah, I don't have that much to say about because I didn't watch the race. All I know is that Gasly overtook Verstappen, and we're not getting another race for the next 2 weeks. No, 5 weeks. We're not seeing a thing until May 1st. Or we're not yeah, no, we're not seeing a race. We're not seeing another Grand Prix until the third. We're really not seeing anything. And we don't know what F1 will be like for the future, like we mentioned in the last show, because it's so unsteady and nothing has really stopped. If you watch the news, nothing's really stopped. Um, we don't know what Abu Dhabi's going to look like. We don't know what these other races are going to look like. And it's either they replace these races or that's it. It's genuinely going to be it's going to be a very interesting year for Formula 1. And once I get closer once we get closer to the more of the American races, I mean, I'm not going to be reporting on it anymore because we're not going to be in school or anything. Um, Other than that, I don't know. I don't have much to say. This is going to be titled F1 Talk, but just I'm stuck here, genuinely. I'm just going to talk about something else that's been like in everyone's mind, like at least online wise. I want to talk about Tomodachi Life because I'm really excited for the new upcoming game that's coming out. And there's a lot to say from Nintendo and how all the like just all the releases that we've had so far With the demo, we have all like everyone coming online and releasing these like very interesting just like they're being really creative with the features. Okay. Starting off, we have I'll just go on the history of this game. So back in 2000 something or 2011, they released this game in Japan, and it was called Tomodachi Experience or something. And then 2013, they released it in the US. And from 2019 to early 2020, it really popped off because of how interesting the game was. And of course, everyone was inside. People that had the Switch were playing the Switch games, and the people that had the 3DS XL were playing a lot of 3DS games, but it also kind of gained this cult following because of people streaming and also just being the wacky game and like that the interesting wacky game that it is. So for years I've been wanting to see how this game turns out, or I've been like ever since like the Animal Crossing direct happened. I was like, okay, next one's gonna be Tomodachi Life. And from there, it kept waiting and waiting and waiting until a couple of years later, or I think a couple of months ago, they released the direct, and it was an announcement for the game, and everyone was really excited. I was really excited because I didn't expect the game to come out so soon. And then a couple of weeks ago, they released the full direct showing the like basically creating this world and showing what you could do and who you could put in it, the characters that you could put in, or just like creating like how much bigger since the original 3DS game that the game has expanded. And then it went quiet for a little bit, and then last week we got another direct, and it showed all this gameplay and how like this game would be set up and just different features. It was, and then I think the day later they dropped the official demo. And let me say, this is the fastest I've seen a demo grow from like being just dropped out of nowhere and to everyone playing it. And everyone loved this demo. I love the demo. And it created something online that I haven't seen since, well, Pokopia, but that was a couple of weeks back. But Pokopia, like I think I've seen this blow up. Like with Pokopia just starting to trend, I didn't see this like Tomodachi Life just blew it out of the water because of how creative it can get, like genuinely how creative it is. So from there, we are now just waiting 3 more weeks. So I'm gonna cut the break, and then we're gonna explain how the demo was, and yeah.
It's all in there.
This is WIUR Radio.
Hi, I'm Morgan Beastie from the Ionian, and I hope you're enjoying today's show. Are you looking for the latest scoop on campus news, sports, and more? Check out the Ionian University's very own award-winning student newspaper. We keep you up to date with everything happening on and off campus. Want to know about the big game, the latest campus event? It's all in the Ionian. Join the conversation, read, write, and get involved. Visit www.theionian.org or pick up a copy around campus. Stay informed, stay connected. Now, back to WIUR, Iona University Radio.
We are back. So now for this demo. So how it starts off is that Nintendo came out with it, and it starts off basically what your first couple of 30 minutes going to look like in the game. The demo was entirely half an hour. And then you start off. So it starts off like the first game. You see an island and it's uninhabited and there's nothing else to do. And then it's like, well, this island needs some inhabitants. And you create your first me, which could basically be anything. What it does differ from the game is that you don't make yourself, you just make a random me. And there's so much up to like it, and then there's so much, like there's a huge shift from the original one to what it is now. And we have the first your first me introduces you to the new hair system, which works like if you played Miitopia on the Switch. It's you get to pick what the front hair looks like, and then you get to pick what the back hair looks like, or you pick the presets that they just give you for whatever. And then you go as normal. You pick your face, you pick that, you pick this and that, and then what the real actual turning point of the game is the face paint. In the original game, you couldn't really add any accessories, and you just kind of just morphed the face or like the certain features into whatever you wanted it to look like. So like if you wanted to make something look like an eye, you would have to put the mouth somewhere, and then eyebrows would have to become something else. And then another piece of thing, like wrinkles, would become like eyelashes. Like it was a very like you had to spend time on creating this thing. But now with this new feature with the face paint, you could basically create whatever you want. And that has been a huge thing that I've been seeing for like a hot minute. People create like their original characters, or they just completely like cover the entire face of the original character and just draw the like a actual like well-known character's face on it. People have been really getting creative with this game, and genuinely, I'm excited to see what comes out. So after you make you me, you do things, you get introduced to the food system, you get introduced to the reward system and the happiness levels. They introduce another mechanic, and instead of like the happiness going up and then you getting money, there's like the warm fuzzies now, which is basically the energy that the Miis give you, and you could trade it in for gifts and the little quirks that were introduced in the direct, and it just stuff that contributes toward like the Mii's personality, and it just it's such a step up from the first game that I'm surprised like that. I'm glad that Nintendo took their time with doing this, because they really like they didn't just like copy paste the game. They just stepped everything up, and it's genuinely actually insane. Then from there, you go and you feed your me again, and then your Mii's, and then the Mii introduces, or you are able to create another character or whatever you want when directed to, and then when you create that thing, you then unlock the face paint, but you get to paint over the faces of the people that you create. So that's when people were just going crazy over this feature. And it really allows you like this wide range of customization and to really get into the details of whoever you're creating. I would say my only complaint is that they're like you need a stylist in order to become like that creative. I would like if Nintendo had a stylist that specifically they came out for this game and they could use in other games, or like the drawing tablet that they have for the Wii, because I just find it just really difficult to draw with a joystick or just draw with the like your finger. It's I would like something else if they were to update this game in total. Um, then we have another, and then we move on and you get to learn the friendship system, which is like another completely different thing because you would have to um it would just like the relationships between the characters would just happen naturally, and it was really hard to like get certain characters to meet each other unless like it was by themselves or through a mutual friend that both me's knew. But now you could just drop them and then have them know each other and then have them interact more and interact with each other. Um, and then from there, you learn the relationship system, and then you start to get close to kind of the ends of the game or the ends of the demo, where it encourages you to make a third Mii, and then you get the clothing accessibility, and then afterwards it just turns into an advertisement where they're all quarantined in the room and just stuck there and just being like, oh, you could do this and this in the retail version. But I would say that with how little Nintendo gave us, it opened up the possibilities to um so many features of just like this tiny little game that could expand so much more, because we didn't even get like half of the stuff that is in the original game. And I'm like, there's hints towards little mini games, there's hints towards different um aspects of like different new features of this game. And then we have other and then we also have the other and then we have the concert hall, which they don't know exactly. Like people have been complaining that there's no hint towards the concert hall, and that's one of the big parts of the online fame the of the original game, where it was like you would just make the most ridiculous things because you could basically make these characters say anything. And also this game is also completely uncensored. So I've been seeing a lot of crazy stuff online, and it's people really like taking advantage of like the no sensory system. But I feel like this game is definitely gonna top Animal Crossing, and like it's just gonna be like the sandbox game because of how like big it is. It's gonna go above Animal Crossing. It's gonna go above Pokopia. That's my prediction for now, especially because it's more accessible and it's going on the Switch one. It's also a fairly cheaper game compared to the $80 price tag of Pokopia, and how it's and on top of needing a new system because it's only available. It's only a Switch 2 exclusive. So I'm excited to see where this goes. And yeah, gonna do another break, and I think I'm just gonna close out the show from there because I did not come in prepared, and I really don't know what to do from there.
This is WIUR Radio.
Hi, I'm Morgan Beastie from the Ionian, and I hope you're enjoying today's show. Are you looking for the latest scoop on campus news, sports, and more? Check out the Ionian University's very own award-winning student newspaper. We keep you up to date with everything happening on and off campus. Want to know about the big game, the latest campus event? It's all in the Ionian. Join the conversation, read, write, and get involved. Visit www.theionian.org or pick up a copy around campus. Stay informed, stay connected. Now, back to WIUR, Iona University Radio.
Hello, back again. I'm sorry I couldn't do much today since I don't have a lot on my mind. And F1, and like I for at least for the F1 part, I haven't been able to do much. And then like the only idea I came in was the game. So I'm sorry for how like messy this show has been. I just came in with nothing and I don't really know what to do. And then also like just I'm not good at like the talking alone part. My last show was definitely better than whatever this was. But I will our next show will be in 2 weeks, and I will definitely be more prepared for that. Um, and yeah, that's it for today. Thank you for listening, and if you're watching, thank you for watching.